Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy here. 4 nerds, by nerds, hanging out with this nerd.
I'm dead.
And today we're going to do another one of our new Convert or Shred videos. And this time we are talking about GammaWorld, D&D, the role-playing game.
Now, before we get into that, if you haven't already done so, jump down to the description below, sign up for the newsletter. It's a great way to get tips delivered straight to your inbox, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
Sounds good. Sign me up.
So we've played some GammaWorld over the years.
There's been a bunch of editions.
It's been a bunch of editions. The box that you pulled out was totally the 4th edition rule set, although it's much more rules light.
Yeah, than even 4th edition.
So I think that the game is very, very lighthearted, very fun, and the lore of it is fantastic. So, I think this is one of those things I would totally go with a new edition, possibly linking it to, say, 5th.
I would go to new edition as well. I don't know if I'd go 5th edition mechanics with it.
Okay.
I think Mutants and Mastermind mechanics would be way too
too complicated.
Yeah, too complicated. So some kind of middle ground somewheres. I could definitely see doing. I can also see converting this to a Fate.
Okay.
To a Fate core where you got a little more crunch mechanics that you can.
No, not having played the original versions. I only played that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like before. So was it D20 style, D6 style, D10?
It was it was so long ago since I played it, but it was the 80s, so you have to understand, role-playing games in the 80s were all about charts and tables.
Right.
If you wanted a good role-playing game, you had to have a lot of charts and a lot of tables, or you didn't have shit. So I don't remember if it was percentile dice or D20, or to be honest with you.
All right.
But it was one or the other. There was a lot of randomness to it. And again, I haven't played all the editions. I only played the 1st edition.
And the last.
And literally, I would have played that one time when I was, in kindergarten, 1st grade. And then, we played it, one time when I was in junior high.
Okay. So we're talking, a lot of time frame in between and not much exposure.
The only thing I vividly remember is the art.
Okay.
And the art was so amazing, to me at the time,
Mm-hmm.
So it also might just be me recollecting,
right?
But through the eyes of a 14-year-old.
So I'm all for a new edition. I could sit down and play this as is right now, or I could see okay, well, where would they see it going with a new edition? Do you have any favorite characters that you've either seen at the table or played in the GammaWorld setting?
Well, this one I haven't actually played this one. I've run it.
Right.
So I didn't actually get that. I helped my brother come up with a character which was a time traveler.
Okay. That
was lost in time. He had these cool bladed discs that he would use as weapons.
Oh, cool.
And it would fly back to him. And it was just reskinning reskinning one of the powers that the temporal guy gets. And I don't even remember what the other one. We did this a couple years ago.
Right.
Since now we've been on our 5e kick, Star Wars, some Fate. We gotta
spread the love out.
I find it really hard to most games I probably wouldn't want to shred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more of a new edition or convert.
I'm right there with you. I think that there's no unless you've got something that's just so hideous that there's no reason to make it go away. New edition or convert seems the right way to go.
And with this one, I'm torn between because all right, if you go new edition, because I haven't played all of the editions and seen all the mechanics, I don't feel I can really speak to that as well. Definitely I don't see it as a 5th edition. I know I've seen some people, they want to convert everything to 5th edition. I'm 5th edition's solid and it's decent, but there's a lot of systems out there. There's a lot of mechanics.
Right.
I'd have to go either new edition or convert this to a core, go to a Fate core mechanic.
Okay.
Because you could definitely tweak and build a Fate around GammaWorld easily. Right. I just like the concept. And in this game they changed. I think with each edition they probably change how the apocalypse comes about And with this edition, I like the way they did it. You know, Hadron Collider, they turn it on, they experiment, it blows up the universe. And
everything gets mushed together.
Yeah, dimensions and other worlds just all get mushed together, whether it's high tech, low tech, fantasy, sci-fi. So
And
that's kind of cool.
That was the lore that I mushed together and loved to create one of my favorite characters that I played. As the worlds collided, there was a Myconid colony living underground that wound up having a gaming store collapse in on it. So he's got gaming dice and a set of D&D books. So he's totally going priestly, worshiping Dungeons and Dragons. His holy tomes are the 3 core rule books. His holy symbol is the D20.
So your origins were fungus. Do you remember what the other one was?
Was
it regeneration?
I think it was the regeneration.
Because one of them allowed you to heal yourself, and one of them allowed you to heal other people.
Right.
I think.
I think that was right. So it felt very priestly, since I could heal things.
Yeah, and not die.
And not die.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny that he'd walk around and if he couldn't think of what should I do, consult the dice, and he'd pull out the standard polyhedral dice that he was
consult
carrying
them
around
and throw them down, and it's just numbers, don't really mean anything. I guess maybe you could open up the books, find a chart.
So it's like and it was to him it was holy scripture. So it's like, oh, the monster manual, what does it say here? And you read the thing about Myconids, and it's like, oh, this is about us. Oh, it's prophecy. It's prophecy.
Yeah, nice. So with this one, like I said, new edition, convert. Because one of the downfalls to this one, other than the inherent silliness, which I can even deal with that, is the fact that it only goes to level 10. It's like you can't play a long-standing campaign with it.
I mean, it depends upon what you're looking at. I mean, when you look at like the current D&D game that we're running, we've been playing for like a year and a half, and the characters are only like 6th, 7th level. But this game doesn't really feel that way. You're supposed to change frequently, because that's what the game is about. So you want to kind of level it, you want to get through it. So it's very possible to be like, okay, you're gonna gain levels mid-session, if you will, and you're gonna do things. It's like, all right, well, this major change happens.
Do you remember Mel Adams, the author? But do you remember the name of the novel?
I don't.
They came out with 1 or 2 novels, and I read the one by Mel Adams just because I've read his previous work.
Yeah, his stuff is really good. It was a really good book.
And based off of like the lore they put in here, based off of that novel, it's definitely a world I would want to play in. So I would want to shred it, convert it to Fate, and it'd be an awesome game. Not too crunchy. You can twist the mechanics to whatever you need. Fate is perfect for that.
Whichever way you want to go, I guess, like you said before, convert it or put a new edition, and I'd be set. I've said in other videos, to me it's more about the RP than the G. So I'll deal with whatever rule set you got to deal with, and I'm cool. Okay.
True, but when you have systems like Fate, you can kind of import almost anything into that game.
That's true.
So you almost don't, if you really don't want, without a lot of work, you really don't have to deal with mechanics or game systems that you're not particularly thrilled with.
Right.
I feel like we've got a lot of options out there. Besides, but this series is about, hey, if we got to be the gods of RPG and can remake anything the way we wanted to, then we don't have to deal with it.
That's true. I mean, I would do a new edition. I think as is, it's a pretty good game. Making a new edition to tweak some things, adding the extra levels. I think there would be some definite number issues going from the current system to Fate. The power system would be very different. You have to figure that out. So I think a new edition would be the way to go.
Score. You guys let us know what you think. Shred this one, convert this one, or brand new.
Put your comments down below while you're at it. Like, share, even subscribe.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.